When men fail to lead, the children rebel and the women take over.
I got some good cooler counters, Miss Kendra. It's good.
Men, are you dealing with issues like this? Book a session.
I got 6, Kendra.
6. How old are you, Diamond?
I'm 44.
44. Have you ever been married?
I'm married right now, but I'm separated. My husband is a cheater.
How many children's dads do you have? Just one?
I got 6, Kendra. I gave every man I loved a baby.
Okay, so you have 6 children by 6 men, and you're married to a different man.
That's right.
You must got some fire vagina.
I got some good cooler counters, Miss Kendra. It's good.
I've always told people, I'm gonna call you John Doe for anonymity, with respect to privacy. But I always said, Brother John, that needs drive behaviors. When you think about what you weren't getting when you were in New York, what needs were lacking in your life when you were in New York? What needs weren't you getting when you were dealing with women from New York? Because before you say it, they're gonna say, "Oh, the problem was you," but it's not true.
Right.
Because men everywhere are saying the same thing.
Right.
So what were you getting?
And let me say this: it's not all women, but the majority of New York, they're so caught up with what can you do for them, what are you gonna do for them. You know, do this, that, and the third. I need this, that, and the third. But it's never a reciprocal thing. It's never about you, so to speak.
Right.
So let me get this straight. So many modern day women think that they're the prize because basically they're a functioning adult and they pay their bills. Like, congratulations for paying your electric bill. I guess that means you deserve princess treatment. Meanwhile, these women are ill-mannered, don't know how to communicate, they don't know how to take constructive criticism, they only know how to focus on negative behaviors instead of positive behaviors, they have unhealed trauma that they constantly project onto other people, they're selfish and entitled and expect everyone to cater to them while they give nothing in return, they have poor time management, they don't have any priorities in place, they don't know how to focus, they don't know what they really want in life, which is why they dabble in everything and sleep around, they prefer negative attention rather than no attention at all. Her idea of positive friendships is how many followers they have, and their reputation online is more important than who they are in real life. Dismissive to anybody's feelings or opinions if it doesn't validate them. They bully people while simultaneously preaching women empowerment, but yet they have so much to bring to the table because they're a functioning adult and they pay their bills. Make that make sense. Say bye.
Black women, Christopher.
I mean, I've dated black women. I mean, obviously I'm a black man, but it seems like as I'm getting older, the world is changing. Sisters starting to have these crazy ass wants and needs that don't even align with what they have and what they have going on. So I'm kind of looking for somebody that's a little bit down to earth, that's more logical when it comes to finances. And
So because of the financial request, is that the reason why you want to date outside your race?
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I've dealt with Latina and white women, and they seem to be more down to earth. Oh, the 50-50 thing, let's be honest, 2 incomes is better than 1. I hear my sisters always talking about I'd rather pay 100% than go half with a man. It's crazy to me, to be honest with you.
So according to the Department of Labor, for 2022, the average male income was $38,000 per year, which breaks down to about $158 per working day. In contrast, I just ordered a pair of Hermes pool slides I'm going to throw around the resort for a weekend at about $360, which means the average male would have had to work 2 full working days just to cover that light-ass bill. A lot of these made-up scenarios, conversations, discourse, negative comments, and so forth are being led by people inadequate and unqualified to even have these discussions.
Black men, I'm gonna say it from me to you, this is just straight up. Black women, 80% of them, they don't like you. 80%, I'm probably sure it's more, but at least 80% of black women in this day and age, it don't matter how old or young they are, they have a general dislike and hatred for you. See, I'm not telling you something that you ain't already felt. I'm telling you something that you know.
When a woman is not the best version of herself financially or is experiencing some financial hardships, you're not going to hear. It's rare that you hear men call these women broke, bummy, no matter what. Because society has deemed a lot of women to believe that if a man isn't providing for her financially, solely, some women, it's like he serves no purpose. Let a man fall short or the wayside financially. Baby, watch how fast he come. Ain't shit, never been shit. You broke, your mama ain't shit. You need to go heal from childhood trauma. I mean, so much shit. I just want to know, people, why the rules don't apply to you, Miss Mamas?
Let me tell you this, especially if you look like me, you're a black woman, we've never been oppressed. Black men have never been in a position to oppress us. White women have been oppressed because their men held on to power. Black men have always been trying to work their way up. So they've never put us in a position to oppress us. We've always had to work together back in the day with each other. So no, I don't believe women are oppressed. I feel like this is the most opportunity that we've ever had. I think every problem that we have, we put on ourselves. I think we bought into other racist problems that got us working 8 hours a day, want to say we want to go to the military. We didn't ask for any of that.
And all I'm trying to get women to do is understand that the very guy 20 years ago that you probably wouldn't look at is the guy you need to be able to have a little bit more vision and say, well, if I get with him now and I stick with him now while I'm building with him now, I can reap all the benefits later.
I spend time on this app all the time trying to educate and inform and get black women to have a different way of thinking. But no, they fight hard to keep nonsense going, to not want to change a community, to not want to change themselves.
He hated by everybody. His mama hated, his woman hated, his children hated, the job hated. That's a hard life for anybody to try to survive up under. We have a different support system for us, and it makes us think that we came up on our own. But as I said, we didn't come up on our own. Most of us, if we didn't get help from the enemy, and he don't give our man the same help he give us, that makes us his woman. We the enemy's woman. We married to...
All these women are hollering out what they need in a man, and the only way they're gonna be with a man is if they have everything on their bucket list. A lot of women's bucket lists are literally absolutely fucking ridiculous and is a fantasy. A lot of women say, oh, I don't want to be with a man unless he makes a certain amount this in a year. I can't be with a man if it's not my way. I can't be with a man.
Pay back. Revenge.
God, you can't make this shit up.
I'm a mom of 7, and I'm 33.
Okay.
With being a mom of 7, do you think that a woman of multiple children is still capable of finding someone?
First, let me ask you before I make the statement. Do the kids have the same father?
Yes, they do.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, so this is a little, hold on. We're talking about 7 children, okay? This is no offense to you because it's absolutely possible for you to find a
channel, and I look at who's in there making comments, right? And what I would almost say to you, brother, is just in terms of a thought, is I think there's a reason why men resonate with your message more than women, because I don't really hear the kind of intelligent, constructive advice that I think you're capable of when I see your commentary. I see a lot of stuff that could come off as woman bashing, right? Like that, just the little video I
nigga ass, loser ass nigga.
Your video with comments about a
He's a
certain
loser.
other female.
Just to let you niggas know, we don't need y'all. We want y'all, but we don't need you.
20 years later.
Our black men, we want all y'all back. Because we love you, we see you, kings, and most importantly, we need you. And most importantly, we need you.
And most importantly, we need you.
You can't.
If you a that's for the streets.
You can't delete the ski. You can't delete the ski.
I know a who used to suck dick every mother.
My perfect man would be a tall black stallion. He loves to cook because I'm not really a good cook, so that's his thing. He loves driving. He loves driving the kids to school in the morning. He's just really, really hands-on. with my kids. He's sterile because he can't have kids of his own, so he really cherishes mine. He's funny. We do movie quotes all the time. Every time we go around, we just laugh and do karaoke. He's smart. He is very good with the money. He takes care of all that, and he just lets me, make the beds and just do me.
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over.
Taraji P. Henson's brutally honest and emotional explanation of Hollywood's pay disparity is going viral.
I hear people go, you work a lot. Well, have to. The math ain't mathin'. Big bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. The fact that we're up is a whole entire team behind us. They have to get paid.
Before there was the manosphere, I was. Fate is before you. Choose wisely.
Guys, thank you for the 8 part of the call. All right, guys, we're able to go so this evening. And the title of this show, guys. Hold tight, guys.
Got the itch in my palm. My girl, she know she the one. I put the ice on her hand. I put some ice on her arm. See me shining in the light.
If you can hear me, hit one, guys. If you can hear me, hit one. But we're gonna get deep into it, guys. We're gonna have another great show for you guys on today. I got a special guest. And we're going to talk about this brother that I met, guys, while I was in the Dominican Republic. And it's entitled, Why I Left New York to Find a Feminine Woman in Peace. And it's a problem, guys, where men got to travel all across the world to find a traditional feminine woman. Based on the poll, out of 12 men, 92% said they would be willing to travel abroad to find love in a feminine woman that's traditional. And 8% said, no, that's probably a troll, but if it's not, it's okay. But needs drive behaviors. And this young brother that I interviewed while I was in Puerto Plata, he's going to explain why he left and went abroad to find a traditional woman. And some of you men are going abroad to find traditional women as well. We're going to have a good show tonight, guys. Share this stream. Donate to the channel, guys. And let's have a conversation. Let's do it. Bringing to you live once again from the greatest state in the Union, the Tar Heel State, where the topography is serene, pristine, and verdant green, where every day is Father's Day, and where manhood is part of hills and valleys, victories and failures, and whereas men, we don't agree on all things or ideologies,
But tonight, we come together as allies of a common cause, only to dissipate once the crisis is over. Now listen, I'm about to drop some fire for your mind. But before I drop that fire, let's explore why we are doing the Manhood Chronicles.
All right, guys, thank you once again to the 18 that are tuning in on this evening, on this sunny evening in the Tar Heel State. Donald Trump is going to be in Wilmington. And I didn't know he was going to be in Wilmington. But he's going to be in Wilmington, guys, later on today. But we're not here to talk about Donald Trump. We're here to talk about why so many men are traveling abroad. And, guys, I had the opportunity to travel to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. It was a great trip. I met some good brothers. I met some very kind people, the natives of Dominican Republic, Afro-Dominicans. The food was good. I had an accident while I was down there. I messed my leg up. I fell in a manhole. Thank God I didn't break my leg. But minus that, guys, the trip was an excellent trip. But the question on the day is, why are so many men traveling abroad for feminine women? Why are so many men traveling abroad, guys, for feminine women? And we use satire and humor, guys, and humor to more or less pontificate why so many men are traveling abroad to find feminine traditional women, because we live in a world now, guys, where femininity appears to be dissipating and masculinity is on the rise. And how many of you men have seen women like this, guys, like the Leslie Jones of the world? Because Leslie Jones is an archetype that we talked about. How many men have seen women like Leslie Jones? And not only that, men that were against the passport bros that thought it was a farce, men like Anton Daniels are telling people from some of his prior shows they need to get a passport because of behaviors like this.
I've never said this before. I've never advocated for this before. I'm going to let Quentin and How To Man have it after this.
This is crazy.
I have never, ever said this that I'm about to say right now. And I didn't think that I would ever come to this point. It's time to get y'all passports.
Nairobi, New Year's Eve, 2023, going into 2024. Yeah, we're doing the damn thing, baby. You see what I'm saying? We're doing the damn thing. You ready?
Consistent with the...
So men are traveling abroad because they're looking for feminine women that bring peace. And you know, the spirit of Jezebel is strong with some of these women. Men can tell them what they want, and instead of them becoming what men want them to become, they will rather rebel and die alone. And sometimes, guys, you got to let them die alone, because if you've done the work like this young brother I'm about to interview on today, you're going to see that you have value and worth as men. And you don't have to settle for mediocrity. As a therapist, we talk about needs driving behaviors, and men need feminine women. Men need women that are know how to speak life into them. And it's a condition, guys, and a terminology that I created called affection deprivation. Affection deprivation happens when men are not getting the affection that they need, the love and the feminine touch of a woman. And when a man gets affection deprivation, consistent with Dr. William Glasser, then they begin to travel abroad to find that. Some of you men are dealing with affection deprivation. And because of that affection deprivation, some of you men have what's called a schema affliction. You have a maladaptive schema or a negative mind state that says, I don't deserve a good woman. I don't deserve a feminine woman. I don't deserve a woman that can bring me joy. And you settle for less. You settle for women that are combative. You settle for women that are disrespectful. You settle for women that don't know how to speak life into your heart as a man. And when that happens, guys, men tend to internalize their suffering. And because the world, sadly, many times don't hear the concerns of men, men suffer in silence. So men are beginning to travel for peace, but they're beginning to travel to find true femininity. Now listen, women abroad are not perfect. Women abroad are human too. But those women are more better conditioned to give you the type of woman that you want. Women in DR got game, especially if you go to some of the cities. But if you go to the countryside, you got a better chance of finding you a traditional woman. When I was in my Airbnb, I had the lady, she ironed my clothes. She washed my clothes. I asked her, she was kind, very respectful, and I didn't mind giving the woman some pesos. She was actually not part of she was part of the residence, but she was just so kind, man. And when you get a woman that's kind, men don't mind giving a woman his best when she's kind, guys. So on tonight, whenever my guests pop in, we're going to talk about why he traveled abroad to the Dominican Republic, and we're going to break this thing down. But in the meantime, guys, share the stream. We're about to get deep into it. I'm not going to waste a lot of time, guys. We're going to get deep into it, and we're going to have a comprehensive show on tonight. Shout out to Gregory Scotland 2 days ago, as he was the #1 sponsor, guys. I appreciate it. And once again, guys are beginning to travel abroad because guys are getting sick of masculine women that don't have any decorum, and masculine women that don't understand or respect what men are looking for in relationships, and masculine women that act like this.
Hey, girl, you gonna eat your cornbread?
Don't say nothing. You talking to me? Yeah, I think you're talking to you.
腰はひねって S 字型。
And guys, I'm going to show you guys something because I'm sure you guys have been through it. Guys, y'all can hear me hit 1 to the 25 that are watching. But I know some of you men have been through behaviors and women just like the women on this screen, guys. And it becomes very problematic as a man if you know that you've done the work and you're looking for a woman that's going to be honorable and respectful to you as a man, but it's hard to get because society has conditioned you to think that you don't deserve a quality woman. You deserve quality, guys, if you've done the work. You deserve a quality woman if you have done the work. And if you haven't done the work, you can't make any demands. You cannot make demands if you have not done the work. And guys, we got the soft guy era, and we got many other eras that have been impacting a lot of men, guys. The soft guy era, and more or less, guys, it's an ongoing rebellion where men are beginning to check out and beginning to say enough is enough. But I'm going to show you guys in a minute why so many men are checking out. And whenever my guests get ready, we're going to start the stream. And we're going to chop it up. So let me pull this up real quick, guys.
I mean, I've dated black women.
And shout out to my man TSG for this clip. Shout out to him. I had to edit it a little bit. But how many of you men actually resonate with the sentiments of what this man is saying? How many resonate with the sentiments of what this man is saying in this clip? Hit 1.
I mean, obviously I'm a black man, but it seems like as I'm getting older, the world is changing. Sisters starting to have these crazy ass wants and needs that don't even align with what they have and what they have going on. So I'm kind of looking for somebody that's a little bit down to earth, that's more logical when it comes to finances.
So because of the financial request, is that the reason why you want to date outside your race?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I've dealt with Latina and white women, and they seem to be more down to earth. Oh, the 50-50.
And my special guest, guys, he went to Latin America. This brother went to Latin America. I met him at the airport. And he's given his reason to why he left New York to go abroad to find a traditional woman that was feminine.
Let's be honest, 2 incomes is better than 1. I hear my sisters always talking about I'd rather pay 100% than go half with a man. It's crazy to me, to be honest with you.
So according to the Department of Labor, for 2022, the average male income was $38,000 per year, which breaks down to about $158 per working day. In contrast, I just ordered a pair of Hermes pool slides I'm gonna throw around the resort for a weekend at about $360, which means the average male would have had to work 2 full working days just to cover that light ass bill. A lot of these made up scenarios, conversations, discourse, negative comments, and so forth are being led by people inadequate and unqualified to even have these discussions.
Black men, I'm gonna say it from me to you, this is just straight up. Black women, 80% of them, they don't like you. 80%, I'm probably sure it's more, but at least 80% of black women in this day and age, it don't matter how old or young they are, they have a general dislike and hatred.
And guys, the relationship dynamics between black men and black women is telling. And a lot of it, guys, is based in ignorance, where a percentage of men calls the chaos, and the percentage that calls the chaos, they transfer it to the small percentage of men that are making good choices. And once again, that's why guys are getting passports and traveling abroad and traveling and looking for women that are consistent with their worldview and consistent with women that respect and honor them.
For you. See, I'm not telling you something that you ain't already felt. I'm telling you something that you know.
When a woman is not the best version of herself financially or is experiencing some financial hardships, you're not going to hear. It's rare that you hear men call these women broke bummy, no matter what. Because society has deemed a lot of women to believe that if a man isn't providing for her financially, solely, some women, it's like he serves no purpose. Let a man fall short all the way side financially. Baby, watch how fast he come. Ain't shit, never been shit. You broke your mama. Your mama ain't shit. You need to go heal from childhood trauma. I mean, so much shit. I just want to know, what the rules don't apply to you, Miss Bottles?
Let me tell you this, especially if you look like me, you're a black woman. We've never been oppressed. Black men have never been in a position to oppress us. White women have been oppressed because they're...
And God, that's an ongoing sentiment that so many say. They say that black men oppress them. They say that black men oppress them, but we know that black men never had the power to oppress the American black woman. Guys, share the stream, get the likes up, donate to the channel. We're gonna have a great show. I got a special guest coming from the state of New York, good young brother that I met, guys. Met him once again, guys, in Puerto Plata. At the airport of Puerto Plata, good brother. And this brother is a single man, 35, good salary, no children. And I was encouraging the young brother to stand firm in his masculinity and never settle for mediocrity. You don't have to settle, men. If you make good choices as a man, you don't have to settle. And that's why these shows are so important.
Men held on to power. Black men have always been trying to work their way up. So they've never put us in a position to oppress us. We've always had to work together back in the day with each other. So no, I don't believe women are oppressed. I feel like this is the most opportunity that we've ever had. I think every problem that we have, we put on ourselves. I think we brought into other racist problems that got us working 8 hours a day, want to say we want to go to the military. We didn't ask for any of that.
And all I'm trying to get women to do is understand that the very guy 20 years ago that you probably wouldn't look at is the guy you need to be able to have a little bit more vision and say, well, if I get with him now and I stick with him now while I'm building with him now, I can reap all the benefits later.
But here's the problem. They don't think long term, they think short term. And women years ago understood the assignment. They understood the importance of helping a man build where not she could benefit. That's why I would disagree with Kevin a little bit, but not where she can benefit, but where they can benefit. Relationships are about where they can benefit. They should both benefit in the relationship because it's not a one-way street, guys. And once again, guys, the matrix mindset is so strong that men are frustrated. And once again, they're checking out because they're trying to find women that can give them the affection and give them the love that they need so that they can be a lot more productive. But some get it, but sadly, many, they don't get it.
I spend time on this app all the time trying to educate and inform and get black women to have a different way of thinking. But no, they fight hard to keep nonsense going, to not want to change a community, to not want to change themselves.
He's hated by everybody. His mama hated, his woman hated, his children hated, the job hated. That's a hard life. It's for anybody to try to survive up under. We have a different support system for us, and it makes us think that we came up on our own. But as I said, we didn't come up on our own. Most of us, if we didn't get help from the enemy, and he don't give our man the same help he give us, that makes us his woman. We the enemy's woman. We married to...
And guys, once again, that's the minimization of masculinity. That is the minimization of masculinity. It's a minimization of masculinity. And what it does, it minimizes the importance of a man, it minimizes his dignity, and it minimizes his worth, because so many have a matrix mindset. They don't have a mindset that's consistent with showing love and affection, but it's a mindset where they see the man as a utility, nothing more, nothing less. How about you men that felt like utilities in relationships, and because you felt like it, you decided to get your passport and travel abroad to find women that can speak life into you, that can respect you and honor you as a man? Hit one.
Out this in a year. I can't be with a man if it's not my way. I can't be with a man if he doesn't whatever the case may be. Did you ever think for 1 second, looking over your life and your current situation, are you making anywhere near what you want your partner to make? These women are out here saying, I need a man that's gonna make $300,000 a year, $400,000 a year. What are you bringing to the table? Because it sounds like you want somebody that make enough money that you can live off of, instead of you putting in the own work and appreciating a man that already has a 9-to-5 and is doing his best to make sure that you eat. Instead of putting a price on a man, you need to put priority.
I've always told people.
And guys, this is a young brother that I'm going to bring up at some point. I interviewed him at the airport. We're going to flip back and forth and let you see the dichotomy of why this brother, that's a high value man, is considering going abroad, because he's tired of what's called matrix women and the matrix mindset. He's tired of dealing with matrix women and matrix women that have a matrix mindset. Guys, once again, donate to the channel. Hit the like button. Share the stream, guys. Share the stream. Hopefully my guests will be on at some point. But it was an excellent opportunity. I had to meet this young man. Good brother. Enjoyed the conversation. And I'm going to play a little bit more of this clip, guys. So we're going to flip back and forth. So hold tight.
I'm going to call you John Doe for anonymity. With respect and privacy. But I always said, Brother John, that needs drive behaviors. When you think about what you weren't getting when you were in New York, what needs were lacking in your life when you were in New York? What needs weren't you getting when you were dealing with women from New York? Because before you say it, they're going to say, oh, the problem was you, but it's not you. Right. Because men everywhere are saying the same thing. Right. So what were you getting?
And let me say this, it's not all women, but the majority in New York, they're so caught up with what can you do for them, what you going to do for them, you know, do this, that, and the third, I need this, that, and the third, but it's never a reciprocal thing. It's never about you, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those values got lost.
Right, they got lost,
along the way.
Right.
And listen, I'm not saying we're the end-all, be-all, we need to be on the pedestal, but you got to appreciate some things that you have in your man and whoever you're dealing with, you know?
Well, I'm going to challenge your talking point. I think you should be on the pedestal, and I'm going to tell you why from a biblical perspective. The scripture said that the woman was made for the man. Yeah. So if the woman was made for the man, then you're the head. Now, if the woman was made...
And guys, you should see yourself or put yourself on the pedestal if you've done the work. I believe that men should love their women and women should love their men. It should be a reciprocation, though. But men are the prize. And that woman is his special prize. The problem with the modern woman is she thinks by default, because she has a matrix mindset, that she's better than her man.
On a man, and if you see them taking care of that priority and responsibility, that's a fucking man. Not how much money is in his bank account.
It's gonna take a special kind of man to marry me, because I'm a lot.
How much does he need to make?
You know what? A lot. I mean, I don't want to say like it's a number attached to it, because I go with how people make me feel, but I'm not gonna get on here and lie and be like, oh my God, I want to date a guy that makes less money than me. Like, no, I don't. Like, I love Chanel. Like, I love to travel. I am very luxury.
Look at this woman, guys, weaving her hair. Say she's very luxury. Don't add nothing of value to a man's life. She's a liability instead of an asset. 9 times out of 10, she's been ran through. And she lacks self-awareness as a woman, because a woman that adds value to a man understands that she want to bring some kind of life to a man. Because when a man is getting his needs met from his woman, they both win. The man wins and the woman wins. But the problem with many modern women is that they don't understand the importance of a man and the importance of masculinity. Let me finish playing. Hold tight.
I work hard so I can have a luxury life. All of my men that I've ever dealt with treats me very well. And we only upgrade. And like, baby, I don't want to ever be told no.
A lot of y'all are right. There's nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. For you, what? That's fine for you, but that's not okay for me. That's my preference. I don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory on the first day. That's why y'all ass don't get shit, because y'all don't have no fucking standards. You're always going to accept whatever a nigga give to you. I don't accept what a nigga gives to me. I'm going to tell the nigga what I want, okay? And I get what I want.
Let me also say, as a man, you shouldn't be paying no girl's bills if y'all not married. I don't believe in that.
It's like I'm just partying every single weekend. And I'm gonna have to party tomorrow, and then I'm gonna have to party in 2 weeks from now.
That's why you're not getting no play, because you ain't up in no pay. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's asking you to buy the bar out. A $6, $10, $12, $15 drink, that's gonna hurt your pockets. It's gonna hurt you to do that. Question that needs answers. Nobody's asking you to buy the bar out. Nobody's asking you to buy shots for everybody in the club. Like a small drink, it's gonna kill you to do that. And it was so many fragile men on there. Like, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with these females nowadays. They always expect for a man to spend some money, and you always expected for somebody to give up some.
There's women out there that will walk away from a good man. Talking about, oh, he wanted to go half on rent. He wanted to go half on
facts.
Like, you know how fatuous in name that is to say he wanted to go half. First of all, you are responsible for 100% of your life as an adult. 100% of your problems, 100% of your bills, 100% of your stress. And you mean to tell me you had a man right there like, I'll take half of that from you. And you was like, that ain't good enough.
Right.
I want you to take it all. I don't want to have no responsibility as an adult. And that is financial abuse, and that is feminine manipulation. So then, fellas, you need to walk away.
I find women to be mean as hell. I'm sorry.
Really? Oh my gosh. Am I mean?
Oh, yes.
Jasmine, are you mean?
A little bit.
Yeah, you might.
I'm straightforward too.
Yeah.
I'm in your face and on your world, but I'm not mean.
Okay. Are you aggressive?
No, I'm assertive.
Okay.
I'm not aggressive.
What's the difference?
Well, first of all, your intention.
Okay.
And assertiveness, it's about dominion and accomplishing a particular thing. And aggressive, it's about control and getting what you're going for.
Okay.
And there's a difference. One comes from the head, one comes from the heart.
I said, you're not gonna hit me though. You're not gonna hit me though. You ain't gonna hit me though. You ain't gonna hit me though. Is you?
No, ma'am. Go ahead and get my house, because you're not gonna keep coming around me and my husband like dressed like this.
No man got issues.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Niece.
And you older.
You looking in broad daylight. Get your house. You can't come back over here no more dressed like that. You need to be modest. You walk around looking like a why? Why you look like a
about your moral value?
You tell your mom. I'm gonna call your mama. I'm gonna call my sister and tell she to raise you a little better. She would raise you a little better. I can look like a D Walker. You ain't gonna have no husband.
Baby, billionaires gonna have your man can't even afford me.
Your homeboys ain't your friends. Your homeboys ain't your friends. And I know the other one got more money than you. You know what? I'm gonna call them. That's fine, because I'm gonna call them.
You got cause.
I'm gonna sit on that tonight.
You got cause. Oh.
A wig on her head.
Because it's long and it's pretty. Why do you think she has a wig on her head?
You mean she looks crazy with that wig on? She doesn't need that.
Okay, why doesn't she need it?
Because she has natural, beautiful hair already. She
Okay,
doesn't
but
need
her
to wear
hair
a
is
wig.
not growing. She wants it to be long and pretty, just like her mother and her cousins and her sisters. So I gave her a wig. So what?
No, she doesn't need that.
Her hair is just fine the way it is. It's long and it's pretty and it's instant.
It's not. That's a wig.
Okay, you gonna make it grow this fast?
So you can get your hair done, but you can't take care of our baby's hair?
First of all, I'm helping her because she likes her hair to be long and pretty. She likes to fit in. She likes to feel beautiful.
What you mean? Look, it got step and everything.
These steps not even even.
What is you talking about? Like, why you being like that?
Because it's not. I'm not living
Like, I do
here. I
something
can't
for
live here.
It's for us. I do something for us. And then that's like me like that? What you mean? I'm recording this moment. This is supposed to be a beautiful moment.
It's not a beautiful moment no more. Because I'm not living here. I don't like this. Who are you?
Boy, you gonna disrespect me like that?
A real man would not get me no house like this.
Oh, for real?
Most men really only leave a woman when she is meeting him with masculine energy, because now he doesn't see the need for you.
So what do you think men's deal breakers are? I think men always need to feel respected and they need to feel like men.
What men are looking for feminine women that can speak life into them. And that's why, guys, this young brother
For the man, you're supposed to
travel
love your woman,
abroad.
cherish your woman, and protect your woman.
Right. That's that's on our end. Yeah.
Right. But in the West, she wants to be on the pedestal.
Right.
And you always placating to her, which is a problem. I tell people.
And guys, many men have gone through a process called the simplification of the American male. I call it the simplification of the American male, where men compromise their power. Let me tell you men something. I see so many men in practice and therapy. They won't speak up. They're weak. They don't assert themselves in relationships. They allow their women emotions to manipulate them. And you got a percentage of women that are awesome sisters. They actually try to support their men, but it's not enough. And so, because women, a lot of them, tend to be slaves to their feelings, they put their feelings above the relationship instead of putting their man first. Men and women both are valuable, But many times in America, men minimize themselves. That's why so many men deal with subpar women, and women think they deserve better, and they really don't. You have to earn your way into a man's life. Once again, guys, donate to the channel if you have not donated. If you don't have any money to donate, guys, share the stream, please. Because, see, when you travel abroad, guys, women don't have a problem with saying, hola, papi. They don't have a problem with being kind. They don't have a problem with being respectful. They don't have a problem with letting you see their feminine energy and their feminine grace. They don't have a problem with it, guys. But saying in America, you don't see feminine energy or feminine grace. And what it does, it causes men to suffer in silence or to suffer without getting a woman's true feminine grace. You don't have to suffer in silence, men. You have to speak up, set boundaries and set values, and demand what you want in a relationship.
John Doe, that the man is the master prize and the woman is his special prize. Yeah. What made you feel like a prize when you were here in DR? You know, you get the good sunlight, you get the energy, you get the...
Right.
What made you feel like the prize?
I mean, all that stuff, but as opposed to the woman, the hospitality, the female energy, the sensualness.
Right.
You know, all those things play a part.
Right.
I mean, it's so organic, you know? Mm-hmm. You just don't get those things.
Right.
For the most part. I'm not saying all women.
Right.
For the most part, you're just not going to get those things.
You're not going to get it. Right. You talked something about the human touch. You know, and, you know, I'm sure there are a lot of women that probably thought you were Dominican, but you're an American brother. But when you think about New York women, you know, and that lack of raw affection, what did that do to you mentally versus the affection you got here with the young ladies that you date?
Up top, it's harsh. It puts you in a certain type of mood, you know, where you're robotic. You know, you got to do this, that, and the third.
How many of you guys have felt robotic in American relationships where the women that you're dealing with make you feel less than? They don't speak light to you. They don't show any kindness. They don't show any civility, or they don't show you any respect. It's a shame that a man got to travel abroad to find a higher gradient of femininity. That's a shame, guys. And once again, guys, it's consistent with Dr. William Glasser, where needs drive behavior. Needs drive behavior. And part of that need dynamic is power and fun and belonging. And Brother John B had to travel abroad because he can get women. The brother's about 6'1", athlete, good job, no kids. But he got to travel abroad, guys, because of some of these derelict women.
So no matter what they do, if they've lost that feeling that they're in control and that they've lost your respect, I think that's it. They won't ever be the same. So they will search elsewhere for that woman who's now going to have that respect, or whatever you've lost, they're going to look for it in someone else now.
Bruh. It's so crazy how quick I can get a new nigga. Walk in the store, boom, nigga. Post a picture, boom, nigga. Stop at the red light, boom, nigga. Like, y'all niggas be acting like y'all the prize. You wanna fuck up? You wanna act up? I'm gonna show you how much I cut up, okay?
A lot of these women be like, I know my value. Values what? You're just like every other chick out here. I've seen 1,000 of you. You're selfish, you're entitled, you're sneaky, you're manipulative. What is your value? Don't be nice to him all the time. Always have an attitude and then be nice to everyone.
And God, this is the bird that talk about sprinkle, sprinkle, drizzle, drizzle. A woman that got fake hair, children probably by other men, one man or multiple men, and this woman is leading a bunch of women into deception because she's lied to them and made them think that their value is higher than a man's value. But you have to establish values, men. Values and boundaries is the key to helping you become the better version of yourself as a man. And some of you don't have any values or boundaries.
Once in a while. Make sure that he is continuously chasing you. Don't chase him. Don't always be available to him for sex. Don't cook, don't clean for him. Especially if you ain't even married. Make him realize that you're the prize and always look so good that he knows you got options. So when you leave the house, he get a little nervous. That's how you keep him chasing in love, okay? Men love mean women, period. Don't be his piece. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Most of us couldn't even handle a nigga with sick.
And this is this fool, this dysfunctional woman said, don't be his piece, and men love mean women. That's a fool. A weak man and a weak man that's dysfunctional and don't have standards love mean women and women don't respect his peace. But a man that's healed and whole, he would never tolerate a woman like that. But so many tolerate it, which is unfortunate. Hold tight.
Six figures a nigga with anything over what we used to dealing with. We don't even know how to talk to a nigga with six figures. You used to talking to a nigga like trash. You used to being able to kind a nigga with your pussy when a nigga don't need you, and when pussy don't excite him, and he know his work. Don't have to put up with the shit you coming with. That shit don't fly. You gotta adjust, or you can go and find the same type of nigga that you used to dealing with.
You know how many women I see turn around and pop their ass, and it'd be a house full of women popping their ass, and they hollering, "Hey!" Every time the black women do something now with some music, she got to turn that ass. When you in Miami, you walking up down Ocean Drive, you go hear some "hey," and when you look over, it's a bunch of black women. They got their hand on the ground, they got their ass in the air, they bellies hanging up under their shirt, but they got them asses flopping and showing.
Y'all dudes that's on the streets, y'all gotta step y'all game up. Y'all are losing.
And how many of you men have seen behaviors like this? How many have seen behaviors like this? Morally loose women that don't have any standards or virtues, and they love morally bankrupt men that are dysfunctional as well, and they assume that you should deal with such. You should never deal with such if you're a masculine man and if you have done the work as a man.
To these dudes that's in the damn prison system, okay? I was on TikTok last night and I ran across a live. It was like 4 dudes that was in the feds. Do y'all know it's like, it was thousands of girls on there, like being so fucking thirsty, asking these locked up dudes, "Oh, what's your JPay? I want to send you some money. I want to come see you. I want to be your pen pal." Like, has the dating pool become that fucking bad that we got to reach out to niggas that's locked up for love? And these niggas is winning. Like, they taking all the bitches, the bad ones too. Like, y'all dudes on the streets that step y'all game up, y'all are losing terribly.
It's not men who are changing. It's not men who are doing something. The vast majority of the decline that we're seeing in family and birth rates is because of the choices that women are making. And now we have social media and dating apps that makes it possible for a woman who was a 4, 5, 6 to get skeeted down into by a top 9, 10 Chad or Tyrone. For the most part, their behavior, they believe because they have a degree, because they make a certain amount of money, or because they just desire a man, that anything below that is dating down. Well, they don't realize the men that they want, because they give those men access for what's between their legs. Even though they have these high standards, they're willing to sleep with any man and not even having basic conversation. They don't even have to go on a date to give away their body to a man. But yet, when you ask them what they bring to the table, that's their most precious commodity, even though it has high mileage, high body count, and it's ran through, and it's really nothing special.
If you are dating someone that you've been dating for a while, say you guys are deep in the relationship, maybe about a year or so, to the point where you feeling like, okay, it's time to take it to.
And guys, that's what I talk about often. That's what I talk about often. Women that are ran through, and women that don't have anything of value to offer a man.
The next step, the thing that you find out is that maybe back in the day, she had a train ran on her by people that you knew. Would that change how you felt about her? Would you have a conversation with her?
I went on a first date. And when
Yes, if she had a train ran on her, yes, I don't want to be with her. She could never be my wife. I don't want that for my wife. What man in his right man want a woman that had a train ran on her? But that's how delusional these women are, guys. Don't have any sense. Don't understand how men operate. You can't value something that men ran a damn train on it, but you won't. But this kind of woman want a man to put a ring on their finger and wear a white dress. I mean, delusional. Extremely delusional.
I opened the door, my man was at my front door, and I was like, "Oh," he hit me with the Rico. He pulled the flowers out, and I was like, "Wow, this is different," right? He opened my car door, I get inside, he closed the door, I immediately went to my group chat. It's weird. Did you say he opened your car door? My follow-up text was, "Y'all, that's my bad. I just realized, and all that stuff we be talking about, we don't really want it." He technically did everything that we be saying we be wanting. In my mind, instinctively, my first thought was, he corny. But he really did everything that we want.
Y'all, tell me why this dude told me to meet him at Osaka's at 6, and so like 6:10, I'm like, I'm on my way, but he never texts back, and I get here, he's nowhere to be found. It's 6:50.
You told the man to be there at 6 o'clock. He was there at 6 o'clock. You left your house at 6:10. You didn't get there till 6:50. He's not there there because you're 40 minutes late. Good looks is not going to sit and help you keep a man, respectfully.
Every woman I was kind to wind up fucking somebody else. But the ones who I dogged, them motherfuckers be there when I call. Them bitches be like, y'all gonna be there.
We do not sleep with somebody that we're not attracted to. We don't care if you're nice. Listen, if the sexy
and listen what he said, he's correct.
He's got game and he's sexy, a woman will sleep with him.
They're dysfunctional. They're dysfunctional. They're dysfunctional. And they like dysfunctional men. You cannot give your value to a woman without making her earn it. It's called contraindication. The more indifferent you are, the more she respects you. It's weird. But the more you become indifferent, the more she respects you.
She won't friend zone him, but she'll friend zone a nice guy who does all the right things and she's not sexually attracted to. She'll take your money, she'll take your time, and then she'll tell you goodbye.
It was programmed like that. You know how the shit is like, oh, you doing good in school or you lame. Or you sitting in the front of the bus or you lame. Or you doing this, you doing some right shit or you lame. You know what I'm saying? Nigga talk right, you know what I'm saying? Speak well, you lame. You know what I'm saying? So it's like program motherfuckers are like, man, I gotta just do some gangster shit to be cool or to be accepted.
Bruh. One of your girlfriends went to a Drake concert, but he invited y'all to his tour bus for the night. What's the excuse you gonna give your man?
I'm single, so I'm married. Ain't no excuse, he know I'm with Drake, that's it. My phone down, boo. I'm gonna let him know, like, yo, I'm with Drake. Maybe it's Drake. I'll be like, babe, I'm busy.
Now listen to what these birds say, guys. Women abroad are not perfect, but you get a better quality of women abroad. You get a better quality of women abroad. No loyalty. But imagine a single man that don't have a lot of experience with women. If you don't really understand women, these women will eat you alive. And that's why I do these shows, guys. Donate to the channel, guys, and share the stream. I'm gonna have my guest on at some point. Maybe he was scheduled to come on the video, but they had an accident, and maybe he'll call in. Hold tight.
I'll probably just have to come straight up. Drake invited me on a tour bus. I gotta go. The basic excuse, my phone died. There's no excuse. I'll be back. It's Drake. I think you understand. I'm turning off my location. He ain't gotta know. I was sleeping. I'm gonna let him know where I'm going. I cheated a lot of times.
So you're a cheater.
I am a cheater. Oh no, I'm gonna tell the truth. I cheat.
You do cheat. Why do you cheat?
When I feel like he gets bored. Sometimes I need a nigga to keep paying my bills.
I got hooked on something much more dangerous than drugs. I became addicted to something called cold.
Guys gotta stop chasing women, man. It's an imbalance to chase a woman who you are supposed to take care of financially. You're supposed to chase a woman and chase after her while she's dealing with other people, and you're supposed to chase after her to take care of her.
After I gave him the ultimatum, he just looked at me in my face and was like, if you feel like you need to move, move. And so we went through 3 months of like chicken, where I had no friends in Vegas, no family in Vegas. I just really blurted that out. I did not mean it. I had no intention. I had no job. I had nothing. I had no plans on moving to Vegas. I thought I was going to force this man to propose to me. So the last day I was putting my stuff in the car, he came over and helped me put my stuff in the car. And we putting stuff in the trunk, and I just started crying. I'm like, you really gonna let me leave? He looked at me and he said, have a safe trip.
Just remember, when she come back, it ain't because that bitch give a fuck about you. It's because don't nobody give a fuck about that bitch.
But women hate for a man to know his word. Yeah, we don't like that shit. Nigga come around thinking he know his word. Oh, he too good for this, he too good for that. A man that know his word.
Sniper said there's a loud constant beep on the audio. Do you still hear it? If you hear that loud beep, hit 1. I don't know what's going on. Let me turn this thing down a little bit, man. This thing is mic sensitive. If you guys see here this loud, there's a loud constant beep. I don't know what that is. But if you hear it, guys, hit 1. Just let me know. Thank you.
Ain't gonna let us play with him, and I don't like that. Me personally, I don't like that.
Men don't approach women anymore, and the real reason why they don't approach women anymore is not because you're successful, it's not because you're beautiful. They don't approach women anymore because these new day women, these modern day women are highly disrespectful. These women are so confused, right? They're so confused, they swear that nobody hollers at them, nobody approaches them, no one pursues them. But why would a man pursue you when as soon as he even works up the nerve to say something to you, you reject him, you belittle him, you tell him that he's thirsty, you tell him that he's pressed, you tell him that he doesn't have enough money, you tell him that he does not qualify for your time or your attention, and then you wonder why they don't want to deal with you.
It's not that black women are undesirable. The personality of a lot of black modern women is undesirable. The stigma of you feel like you don't need a man, can't nobody tell you nothing. The mindset of a lot of black women is undesirable. Sometimes we want to just play like, oh my goodness, nobody want black women. Where you getting that from? The truth is a lot of black women are a product of a generation of other black women screaming to the top of their lungs, I don't need a man.
Black women are...
That's called transgenerational trauma. That's called transgenerational trauma. It's called matrilineal succession, where they learn negative behavior from their mothers. And it's unfortunate, guys. Once again, to the 25 that are watching, guys, share the stream, get the likes up, donate to the channel. I'm going to show you guys something real quick because this is going to be a good show. My guest should be calling in at some point, but if you don't call in because of the accident, I'll just show you guys a video that we have when I was in Dominican Republic. Get the likes up.
More likely to be single mothers, so they're more likely to be the head of the household. Black women are more likely to be in poverty. The reason is because single parent households are more likely to be in poverty. Nuclear families, a man and a woman married together, are more likely to be financially stable than not. So if you are a single mother and you come from a single mother-led family, the stats say you're more likely to be in poverty.
I don't want to deal with your dad.
You don't have to deal with him, but you don't want to deal with me, your own son?
No, and you look just.
That's that spirit of Jezebel, where they'd rather be alone than to be under the authority of a masculine man. They'd rather be alone than to be under the authority of a masculine man.
Why can you act like them? Ugh.
Mama, you want to disown your own son?
You want a relationship with your dad?
Of course, it's my father.
Then I want to disown
and you tell me I look just like
you.
Mama. It's because of you.
There were a lot of their children because they are selfish, undeveloped, ignorant, and have that boy or that child not liking his father because they want to control the relationship. They're very ignorant, undeveloped, and immature. And you will be a fool if you're a single man that got your act together to deal with these entitled, solipsistic, narcissistic women. But once again, women abroad, even though women abroad are not perfect, you'll get a smile when you go to the DR. You'll get a woman that will say, "Hola, papi." They don't mind saying "Hola, papi." They don't mind having a smile on their face. They're very friendly abroad, man. And to you single men that never traveled, you need to get your passport and travel and get out of this current matrix, guys, that you're living in.
If it's some mothers in here, bro, please stop. Please let your child see their father, especially if they a good father. Let your child see their father. Y'all just don't know. That ruins us inside. Like, it ruins us bad. Like, our relationship, like, we have to grow up with this. And this will forever be a story of our lives growing up without our father. Like, if you got a child right now and you're literally keeping them away from their father, you ruin the kid's life.
Black men do not fight hard enough to be a parent in their children's lives.
Oh, really? Oh, you gotta love statements like this. I'm sure people out there think, well, black guy, he ain't with his family. What's this stat? Oh my God, it looks like you're wrong.
My dad fought for me. My dad fought for me for years until he couldn't anymore. And he waited until I turned 18 so he can finally talk to me, reach out to me. But in the process of that, you understand how much I suffered. Wanting and needing a father. The fact that my mom kept me and deprived me from a man who was trying to love me and take care of me is awful.
What you mean you don't want this baby no more? Young lady, you 17 years old. This baby didn't choose to be here. You gotta understand. When you lay down and open your legs to these little boys and bring this baby into this world, this becomes your responsibility. You gotta do this stuff for her. You just can't give her up for adoption and say, yo.
How many of you men have dealt with mothers that lied to you or kept your fathers away from you, only to find out once you got older that it wasn't your father, but it was your mother the whole time? Shout out to my man, Professor Mex, and the Raquel. Shout out to that brother.
Want her no more? It's not how this life works, young lady.
Yeah, I gave the baby up for adoption.
Why'd you give my baby up for adoption, Alicia?
Because you weren't here, you were in jail. I don't want to be a single mother by myself.
Alicia, I was gone 10 months, and my baby was just born a month ago.
Well, I want to live my life, like I just told you. I didn't know how long you was going to be in jail. I wanted to be outside, be in the streets, travel, get a bag, And I can't do that with a child and you in prison.
You can go on blackstatistics.com and see that 80% of the children are born out of wedlock, yet 54% of black men are childless and single, and 30% are married, which means 84% is not in this equation. So that means that majority of the black women are having children.
And they blame the worthless black men, which is overgeneralization. And they blame the worthless black men and equivocate that to all men. And they continue to have these entire negative tropes about black men not taking care of their children. It's not true. It's a small percentage of the men, white and black, that are getting women. Most men are not getting women like that. The average guy's not getting women like that because a lot of the modern women love dysfunctional men. And you will be a fool to waste your time with these selfish, silly women.
With men that are less than 20% of the entire male population. The lion's share of children being born in the black community is only being reproduced by less than 20% of the black men.
We start taking for granted these relationships, and you think the grass is gonna be green on the other side. He's realizing it ain't down here either. There's only so much new pussy you can get. I mean, honestly, I'm being honest. You're not kids anymore, and it doesn't sound like y'all had anything really major. We don't have a community or a culture that supports marriage.
A lot of men, we don't really run away from marriage. We run away from divorce.
That's a fact.
I love my girl to death, but you mean to tell me if I make one mistake, they can ruin me for the rest of my life on one mistake? If she make a mistake, it's cool. She make a mistake, divorce is she just go on about her life. I make a mistake that can cost me for the rest of my, that ain't really fair. I'm 35. My parents been married since I was 5. So this coming from a married home couple, it's really a money game now. It seems like it's like I get married. There's no benefits for me. It's no benefits for me but to make her happy.
So y'all do know that it's easier for a woman to spoil a man than for a man to spoil a woman. So why y'all not doing it? It's literally so simple. And don't talk to me nothing about no money because it don't even take money to spoil a man. You fix that man a sandwich, oh, he gonna love you.
So you're saying men, masculine men, they act like that because it's their nature?
I mean, a man is supposed to lead, isn't it? I mean,
that's not leading. Bossing people around?
Yeah, that's what leadership is. Leadership is giving directions. Now, if your man says, hey, I'm hungry, go downstairs and fix me a sandwich, you look at your face. Now, let's reverse it. But
it's something about like, go make me. It's almost the same.
Okay, cool.
It's almost the same as like, I was cleaning my room and then your parent walks in and is like, clean your room. It's like, damn, I was doing that already.
You work at this. Hey, clean out your register and go to register 6.
That's giving direction. But bossing.
You can't make this shit up.
No, but bossing.
You cannot make this shit up. You to tell me that the man that loves you, protects for you, provides for you, upgraded your lifestyle, watch them badass kids of yours, teach your son how to play football, ask you to go get him something to eat, and you're gonna look at him crazy. But that boss that is gonna keep you in that hamster wheel of a job because you're gonna work 40 hours a week for 40 years and retire broke. But as soon as that nigga asks you to do something, you do it. I don't understand that because a boss can tell a woman to get up out the bed and drive 30 minutes to the goddamn job and go clock them hours because somebody didn't show up. As soon as Tyrone want a goddamn ham sandwich and some pussy, they wanna act funny.
What is it? 1 Timothy what? Will you please read it again, Craig, because that's deep.
1 Timothy 2 provides more clarity. Let a woman learn quietly.
Yeah, not surprised, brother. Not surprised at all. Not surprised, brother.
With all submissiveness.
Wait, I'm sorry. I ain't trying to break you up.
It's all good. It's all good.
He said, let a woman learn quietly.
All submissiveness.
With all submissiveness. Do you want to break that down? That means shut the fuck up. And if you do say something, be very careful as you speak it. What else to say, Craig?
I do not permit a woman to teach or to exercise authority over a man.
Wait. That means shut the fuck up, bitch. They saying it in the Bible.
Women are add-ons to a man who's already living a fulfilled life. She's not there to be your purpose. Women don't like to be that for men. That's why they cheat on you. You put too much pressure on a woman when you try to make her your world. They're not built for this shit, man.
Let me ask the married woman, what is the most important thing to keep a relationship, in your opinion?
I would say just knowing that my job right now.
And once again, guys, this young brother
and then maybe she'll touch.
It's going through what some of you men are going through.
We're down here, you feel more appreciated, you know. You just tell it's more organic.
Right. You know, I created the term John Doe. I've been getting to hear a lot of people in YouTube use it called wholeflation. And so my man talked about a term called, shout out to my man, Peaceful Life. He came up with a term called relationship capitalism. He basically said that men, they're looking for wives because he defines a wife, finds it a good thing. And see, Brother John, though, this is what the problem is.
Yeah.
In the past, men set the bar and the women had to become the standard for the men. Now listen, you and I understand that we're not talking about dusty men.
No,
we're not talking about men that are lazy.
Right.
We're not talking about men that are bums.
No.
We're talking about men that have done the work, like you, like myself, even though I'm married. We're talking about men that are ready to bring a woman in. But what appears to me, you got women, Brother John, that have subpar behavior. They got children, not children, but children by other men. They had a lot of fun. You know what that means? AKA ran through, and they expect you to pay full price. So that goes against relationship capitalism, because relationship capitalism is what your grandfather and your great-grandfather did.
Oh yeah.
Your grandfather and your great-grandfather didn't have to pay top dollar for. And guys, that's why I do these shows, guys, because hoflation is at an all-time high based on behaviors like this. Guys, share the stream and donate to the channel. Thank you.
For myself is to serve my husband and understanding that and being, obedient to him. And I have a very strong personality. So there's obviously been some times where he's like, no, you promised, you vowed to me that you would be obedient. So that means that you're going to be obedient even when you disagree with me. So that's something that I've had to learn, but everything is just so much more smoothly. I'm so indecisive as a woman. We're so indecisive. I make a decision and then I'm immediately second guessing it, and he just makes the decision. So it keeps all that responsibility out of my hands and just trusting your husband. And I just listen to him. So I honestly think listening and trusting your man.
I saw that you were making some faces. You disagree.
Honestly, the way you're referring to yourself sounds like a dog.
Let me give you some of these stats when it comes to marriage specifically. Black women are the least to marry, least likely of women to marry. Black women are the most likely to divorce or be separated from their significant other. Black women are less likely to be married than black men. So there are more black men that are married than black women.
And say that with white women. Their mothers taught them how to be a wife. That works out for them because statistically we see it. We see their family unit continue to grow.
Even if they get divorced, they get married again.
Yes, they do. While we still single.
Yeah, do you think their attitude to marriage is the same as black women's after?
No.
So that's why they get the different results.
We do.
They go to college to get the husbands.
MRS degrees.
To prove you don't need a husband.
What's the biggest red flag in a guy?
Being white.
How much money does a guy need to make in order to be with you?
None. I will love them either way.
Really?
If they're black.
How tall does he have to be?
He has to be black.
Okay, fantastic. Now, my audience is a lot of black American men and black English men, black Canadian men. What do you feel about black men? Would you date a black man? Do you like black men?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I really love the black skin. It's my ability.
Are you more likely to see black men dating white women or white men dating black women?
You see black men dating white women all the time. You don't see white men dating black women all the time. Black men dating white women.
And why is that?
To be honest, I'm not really quite sure. I feel like they might be intimidated by us black.
Are you ladies single?
I'm very much single. Single now.
Do you feel like dating is more challenging as a black woman than it would to be any woman of a lighter skin tone?
Nope. Because I get Caucasian men, I get Asian men, I get African American men, I get all types of different ethnic groups that's willing to take care of me and be my significant other or a husband or boyfriend. But I don't condone to it because I know what I know what I was raised to accept, and I have not met that guy yet.
I do think in this society sometimes it does present a little bit of challenges. I haven't had many because I have had a very successful, very long marriage at a point. I love black men. I just don't know if they love us all the time. Black men, I do believe treat.
And the crazy thing is, guys, black men, I'm going to say love black women, but it is sick of the disrespect and the high levels of entitlement and the ongoing victim narrative that many have. But I think most of the brothers listening to the show today, I would say they love black women. And the white men love white women. They just don't love the behavior.
Other cultures a little bit differently. I don't know what it is, but I do believe sometimes that they are a little bit more gentle with other races of women.
I see a couple, maybe first date, drop, you know how it is, whatever, maybe he's dropping her off at her car, whatever. Black guy, white girl. So it immediately catches my attention. She was the normal, right? Normal woman that stereotypically, not saying always, I'm saying the stereotype that comes to mind when we think of a white woman that dates black men, she fit the bill. But y'all, when I tell you this man looked like Fuhad from Shits and Gigs. Fuhad is like 5'10", 5'9", maybe 5'11". This guy was like 6'2", broad shoulders, dark, beautiful, probably Nigerian or Ghanaian skin. He was beautiful. I had a little drool. But think Winston from Black Panther body. I was staring. And no, maybe she's wonderful. Maybe she's everything that he's looking for. And I'm hating. I'm not. I will admit then I could just be hate. I could be hate.
I absolutely love when these kind of black males say stuff like, oh, we don't date black women. No, hun, black women don't date you. Because let's just keep it a buck. Like, let's just keep it honest. The black males that act like they don't date black women are just the black males that black women have passed up on for years because something is wrong with them. Come on now. Black women don't date you.
I get a lot of friends because I have respect for women, ultra respect for women. But then, like, I was liking this girl in town, and I'm extra nice, extra gentleman. I'm extra just like, oh, you're beautiful and you deserve the best. She told me I was too nice. I couldn't believe it. It wouldn't work because I was too nice. That was the ultimate stab in the back. So I went through a week of just going, forget it, I'm just gonna be like them. Because they seem to get the girls and they call girls the B word, and they smack and beat and they're getting girls, and I'm going, peace, and I think you're beautiful, and they're going to be, well, I like him because he's masculine. I'm masculine.
What's the thing with basketball men and white women? What's that about? People in sports and white women.
I think a majority of what we see is men choosing women who are willing to do.
And guys, they struggle because when men have standards, it triggers them. Let me tell you something. Some women don't want you to know what your power is. They don't want you to know what your worth is as a man. And that's why you have to be so keen and knowing what your worth is and what your standards are. The more consistently you assert yourself and demand what you want out of a relationship, eventually you'll get it. But you got to know what your worth is as a man, guys. But you got to have boundaries around it.
For them what needs to be done or what they need to feel within a relationship. She probably waits on him hand and foot, gives him sound advice, talks to him respectfully, and the list goes on and on and on.
If you are a black woman and you know you have a good black man at home, you need to do what it takes to keep that black man. There are not a lot of available good black men out here that are still interested in dating black women. So then there's a large percentage of those black men that are incarcerated. There's another percentage of those men that are just into men. It's just the world that we live in. There's another percentage of those men that are already taken and married, and a lot of them are not marrying the black women. So when you do come across a black man that is single and good and actually willing to date a black woman, how do you ensure that he is actually desiring you and wants to commit to you? The number of black men who are marrying outside of their race has drastically increased, which simply just means they are not picking us. And that is a big concern for me.
Y'all sisters, y'all need to stop this shit. Y'all be the most hate motherfuckers, be hating on them brothers be getting a white woman. Y'all be the first one to criticize them, look at them crazy. Y'all couldn't handle us. Go get you a white girl because you couldn't handle us. Well, first of all, a man shouldn't have to handle your crazy ass anyway. And if he has to, he need to put your ass behind some padded walls. Y'all know y'all don't like that. Y'all just like it more than the brothers seeing y'all a white man. We don't give a shit.
What race do you prefer?
White boys.
What do you like about the white king?
I just have like a bigger attraction towards white men.
Okay.
I'm gonna be so real with you. I feel like anytime if I were to walk out with a white guy right now, I feel like I get so many looks from black men being like, you're a traitor. Like, why would you do that?
Well, like we think y'all crazy anyway, because y'all got that white boy because he don't want to go put up with your crazy ass. I don't care that he took you. There's plenty of you heifers out there. And a black man of a certain status could get any race of woman.
Black women, if you want to date outside of your race, you need to be disciplined. When they say we're going to the gym at 5:30 in the morning, you better be up at 5 o'clock getting ready. They are not going to deal with the lack of discipline. And what we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that. What we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that.
You literally have women that look like you, queen, that are saying we don't need men, we don't need them. We're good. But then the same women that say, well, we don't need y'all, you get mad when they go elsewhere. Facts. But I don't hear people going crazy when Serena marries her husband or Eve marries her husband, because it's a double standard. Yeah. They'll say, I'll take that billionaire too. But again, are we focused on the love aspect, or are we focused on what you think or how that looks? I'm big on, black love, but I'm also big on love.
Bruh. Women over 30s, what are we supposed to do? I am so lost. I've never been so lost in my life. I have a very clear sense of direction, but I'm lost. Anyone else can relate? I needed to do this for me. I needed to discover certain things about myself. And now that I have discovered it, I know what I want. So I'm actively looking for my tribe, my person, my forever person.
You serious? The truth about it is, y'all, I want to be loved. I want marriage. A lot of us get on here, we act tough, and we be like, I don't want a man, I don't need a man, but I want help. I want to be loved. But the problem for me, y'all, is that all the relationships that I had with men were not about love. It was about survival for me. I know how to fuck. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to seduce a man. I do not know how to love a man.
That men, their whole life was taught how to treat a woman and not what to expect from a woman. But women were taught their whole life what to expect from a man, but not how to treat a man.
Women can't handle the truth. We say we can, but we can't. If you tell me that the reason our relationship is like in an uproar or something because of something that I did, that will make me feel as a woman inadequate. That'll make me have all of these other emotions. So I'm just gonna flip it. Did I mind trick you? It's you. Because if you didn't say that, but when you said it, you was like,
they can't handle the truth. Many of them can't handle the truth. Because when men tell what their stories is or their stories are, many will try to minimize their stories. You can be with a woman and tell a woman, listen, I don't want a relationship. It's just a situation. They'll agree to it, and then they'll turn on you. You can't tell them about their bad attitude. You can't tell them about their weight, their hair, or anything without them getting mad because they are emotionally immature. And you can't deal with a woman like that, guys.
you know, and I'm gonna find a reason, and then if all else fails, I'm gonna cry.
This conversation that women already have.
Anything involving the truth. That's just where they fold up at when you tell them the truth. They're gonna say you being rude.
Those conversations that women already have.
I'm not about to cuff you if you can't show me that you can only talk to me during the talking phase.
Those conversations that women already have.
Just because you get your feelings hurt or cheated on does not mean you can stab, kick, or blow somebody's car up. Your feelings are not an excuse.
Conversations that women already have.
That everything's handed to them.
Those conversations that women already have.
Women cheat way more if just not like the same as.
They also not ready to have that 50-50 conversation.
What you bringing to the table besides your cat?
Women can know 100 ways to catch a man cheating, but don't know 3 ways to make a man happy. You paying attention to all the negative bullshit. You paying attention to the inconsistencies of his daily routine, of how he treats you. You ain't trying to find the root of why he changed on you. You just think that he cheated. No, maybe because I'm going through some shit. Maybe I'm really depressed. Maybe that you're not really fulfilling your role as a woman. Maybe you're not making me happy. Have you ever thought about that?
If I am trying to find the best woman for me, and I want to be able to identify if a woman is going to be receptive of leadership, how would I, what are some signs that I would know? How do I figure this out?
Humility. I think humility is one. I think when a woman encourages you, watch this. We know we don't have it all together in certain areas. We know it may be a little deficiency here, a little deficiency there. Yeah. When she don't expose the insufficiency and she feels it, then you know without a shadow of a doubt that she trying to make you better. Because some women gonna expose, you not this, you not that, you don't have this, you don't have that. When she don't expose it, but she step in and say, hey, have you thought about this? She can feel the role. It's a difference between a person exposing and feeling the role. Yeah. Right? Because when they expose it, they trying to take away. They may be trying to take away from you so they can control you, not let you get so high because they afraid that you might try to think more of yourself than what you are. Yep. But then you got another woman that's confident. She ain't worried about if I feel the role, he gonna go with somebody else. Her assignment.
All right, guys, let me show you guys something. I'm gonna finish playing this other clip real quick. And so, guys, this is the brother I met in New York. Met this young brother in New York. Hold on for a minute. And he explained why he went abroad to find traditional women and to find love. I don't know where this echo is coming from. Hold on for a minute. But he went to see why he went to find traditional women to love, guys. Hold tight.
Now, listen, we understand that there are women that maybe made choices that they regret, maybe had one child.
Life is life, right.
But I'm talking about women, and as a single man, I still don't advise a single man to make good choices to do that, because I think you should exhaust your options and try to get the best. Yeah. But what bothers me is when you got subpar women. And see, let me show you an example. This is an example, guys, with me and Brother John Doe.
And guys, when you travel abroad, once again, I was in Dominican Republic about a month ago. That's all you see for the most part is feminine women. They're very kind, very respectful. And many feel they add value to a man's life. If you've done the work as a man, you don't have to settle for single mothers. You don't have to settle for women that got bad attitudes. And you don't have to settle for women that got high demands. Don't let women shame you into bad deals. But you got to do the work before you decide to get a wife. You need to do the work before you go abroad. You need to see a therapist like myself to help you work through those thinking there. Some of you men want to invest in women and travel, but you don't want to invest in your mental health. Your mental wellness is more important than a woman. You got to get the mind right first, and then you can stand in power and stand in dignity as a man. Because if you go abroad thinking you're going to just get a woman off cusp, based on conversation with other men, Dominican women got game too.
of a feminine Dominican woman. They're very feminine here, especially y'all single men. But they expect top tier. Yeah. I saw a situation with this woman at Kendrick G. This woman had 3 kids by 3 different men, and she said he would have to make X amount of money. She don't want no more kids. But they get mad at guys like you yourself that are traveling abroad. Right. So what is world travel? Being part, you don't call yourself a passport bro, but you are traveling.
Yeah, I'm a passport bro. I like that. I like that.
Well, welcome to the passport bro.
No doubt.
But what does that mean to you, man?
And God, this young brother is from New York. He left New York because he's going through what a lot of men are going through. Hard to find feminine, traditional women that respect men and show decorum and a modicum of grace. It's sad that men got to travel thousands of miles to find feminine women. Now, they're trying to shame you after I showed you guys all the evidence of their bad behavior. That is you, but it's not you. Because when you do a randomized sample and you see the behavior over and over and over and over again, most women abroad most women in America, they don't smile at their men. They don't show that feminine grace. But when men travel abroad, the women are friendly, they're fit, they're kind. They got game too, but they're a lot kinder overall.
The travel, right.
As a man, a human being, you should get out and see more than your surroundings. Right. You know what I mean? It broadens you, it opens you up to see certain things, and it puts certain things in perspective. You know what I mean? Right. But women-wise, you just see certain values that I guess were lost along the way.
Right, we definitely lost some, see, right.
You know? And it reminds you like, oh, wow. This is nice. Like,
right.
This is how it's supposed to feel. This is how it's supposed to be, you know?
Right. You remember the song by, I can't think of her name. She said, what's the woman's name? She said, she said, you make me feel like a natural woman. You remember, what was that, Aretha Franklin?
Yeah,
she said, you make me feel like a natural woman.
It's the same thing.
But reverse it. You make me feel like a natural man.
Yes.
And I keep telling people, John, that feminine energy is contagious, man.
Yes.
But women in the West, they lost the art of femininity. Now listen, we know, come down south in North Carolina where I'm at, we know that there's a remnant of women that still left because people always say, they'll say, oh, he's talking about all, but we're not saying all. No. But sadly, back in the past, John, it was enough good quality women that you didn't have to look far and wide. See, good, so great women and good women are two different things. Yeah. A great woman is a higher tier. That's a Proverbs 31 woman. But a good woman, there were good women from the past. Now, the good women and the great women are becoming rare. We know that they exist, but I call that a remnant. I call it a remnant. And so, they don't count as slavery, I don't think, from the women you date to cook for a man to clean. It's not slavery. What's been your experience?
You should take pride in that.
Exactly. So what's been your take when you talk to like the young lady that you dated, the femininity, they dress, they smell good. What would you say to American men that are traveling? They want to deal with Latin women. Do you think it's a worthwhile investment? Can you trust
100%.
them? Or do you think you can trust them, but you got to do it with caution? What would you say?
You got to do it with caution, just like anything else.
Right, because a woman going to be a woman wherever you go.
But you're more so likely to find those values.
Right.
And
so did you guys hear what he said? You got to do it with caution, even if you go abroad. Latin women are a better choice. But there's some horror stories of dealing with Latin women too. Telemate Dreams will tell you about it. They're a better choice. And they'll say, hola papi, and they'll give you a sad story, but they got game too. But if you vet them properly, put them through a myriad of tests, maybe get them from the countryside, you got a better chance to find a traditional woman that don't mind serving her man. Because in countries where it's a struggle, the women value and they respect their men. You don't have to settle for baby mamas. You don't have to settle for women that got kids, a bunch of kids, high bodies, overweight, and don't want to serve. There are women over there that got kids out of wedlock too, but you'll get a more feminine woman if that's what you're looking for. But also you can find women abroad that don't have children as well. You feel recharged. 100%.
100%.
You feel like you can conquer the world?
Yeah.
You feel like, so are you going back? You gonna get your one from New York, or you gonna get your Dominican?
I don't know. It's hard to say, but I'm leaning towards down the island.
So let me ask you a question. So you talked about values real quick before I get on the plane. What do you value in a relationship, John? You value what in a relationship?
Integrity, honesty, friendship.
Right.
Openness.
Right.
Being there for each other.
Right.
I need her to be there for me.
Right.
Her to be there.
Right.
Vice versa.
Right. Would you date a woman with children, or as now you solo?
Being realistic, yeah. I mean,
but
at our age, at my age, you're gonna have.
But you don't have any. Do you think you could get one without kids?
Rare, very rare,
but I think you could.
Yeah,
Ray Hammer said, Passport Bros have t-shirts saying traveling is cheaper than therapy. Well, that's a myth. You still need therapy. That's a fallacious myth. I do agree some of these therapists don't personify the virtues that are necessary, but you can travel abroad and not invest in a good therapist and still end up being the broken man. Or you can invest in a good therapist that's a masculine therapist like myself, get the work done, uncover the negative parts of your behavior, reassert your value system, and then when you travel abroad, then of course, traveling abroad is better than therapy. But if you're broken as a man, if you don't understand the thinking patterns that you have that keep you in a circle or a cycle of disrepair and dysfunction, you can travel abroad, you can spend a bunch of money traveling overseas, but you're still a broken man. Because see, if you're a broken man in America, you're going to be a broken man overseas. And the same women that got you abroad or got you in America, they're going to play you overseas because you haven't done the work. But if you've done the work on the front end with the right therapist, that's a heteronormative black traditional male therapist, and you're willing to invest, because you got to invest in therapy. Therapy's not cheap. But if you get the right therapist to help you unpack some of your traumas and your issues from the past, and then you travel abroad, you can stand in power. That's real power. But not before. But I do agree the passport travel, it can be cheaper than therapy. I agree with that, Ray Hammer, especially with some of these woke therapists. They don't understand or don't care about black men issues or men issues in general. But if you get a traditional old school therapist like myself, and then you travel abroad, man, you'll be a perfect man. Because there are 7 steps to male optimization, and female psychology and world travel is powerful to eradicating issues associated with men and men dealing with affection deprivation.
I think that the more you travel, I think the more you begin to see that you are valuable. Now, that's what you want to do. I don't knock it. If you were my son, I would say, son, exhaust your options.
Yeah.
Because
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something, man. I know for a fact in South Africa, I got a homeboy in South Africa, there are plenty of women that you got to pay a dowry, man. You can find white women that don't have kids. You can find women that are virgins. Now, if you find one that got a kid, that's your business. I mean, I don't knock nobody for doing what they want to do. I just know what I'm not doing. If I was to say, but I don't knock nobody else for doing it, because I think you should be exhaustive in your approach. But anyway, I'm about.
And the problem is, guys, when I was talking to this brother, we had a good conversation before I got on the airplane. Men have been conditioned, once again, to settle for mediocrity. They've been conditioned to deal with women with children. They've been conditioned to deal with women that don't add any value to their lives. But you don't have to deal with mediocrity, guys. You can find feminine women abroad that don't mind saying hola papi or respecting you as a man.
To get on this plane, John, man, I enjoyed you at the airport. We're going to stay in contact. I'm going to help you on the show, man. And like I said, man, my man John,
and the brother was supposed to have been on the show, but there was an accident in his hometown in New York. I was calling him back and forth, but he couldn't pop on. I was trying to get him, but he couldn't make it. Maybe tomorrow, if I do a show tomorrow.
My man RJ Davis to play for the Hills, man. He saw me at the airport, and
hometown.
Yeah, he's from his hometown. Yeah, White Plains.
He played
for the Tar Heels, man. And You know, I had to show that tall heel pride. He thought I was Michael Jordan. I'm joking, but yeah, man. But anyway, guys, we're gonna end the stream, man. You know, I really appreciate having the conversation with Brother John. And John, once again, man, the importance of world travel is powerful, and men are beginning to travel far and abroad and beginning to love themselves. So anyway, we're about to get on the plane, and I'll be seeing you soon, brother. Take care.
All right, guys, that was my man John. I call him John B. My man John B. We had a great conversation. And guys, we're going to have a live call-in for a few if you want to call in. But you don't have to worry about a woman saying, hola, papi, when you travel abroad. You got a greater chance of finding feminine, kind women that show you respect. You don't have to be objectified based on how much money you make by women that got baggage, entitled, and ran through. But in the meantime, guys, show some love to the channel. Show some love to the channel, guys, real quick. Donate to the channel. And guys, we're about to have a second part that I'm going to end it. Then I'm going to end this stream, guys. Hold tight.
When men fail to lead, the children rebel and the women take over.
Are you a victim of brokenness and despair? A broken man is a hopeless man, and a hopeless man is a very dangerous man. Many times, many of you young men that are listening come from homes that are very toxic and very dysfunctional. And because of that, many of you have deferred your power in many ways to the point it's led over into your social life, and many times led over into your relationships. If you guys are dealing with mental health pathologies, conscious and unconscious, come see me at kosherclinician@gmail.com. That's kosherclinician@gmail.com. It's important that you deal with your mental health in order to be a better person for yourself, your loved ones, and also your community. But because mental health is often stigmatized, many of you often suffer in silence. Don't be a victim in silence. And see me once again at kosherclinician@gmail.com. And I need you guys to remember this. If it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, it ain't right. There are 7 steps that a man must go through in order to become an optimized male. And male mental health is one of those elements that's paramount to the functioning of a man. Be well.
All right, guys, I'm going to have a live call-in, guys. We'll have a live call-in in a minute, and then I'm going to end this stream. I got things to do. I would love to hear from you guys that have been dealing with affection deprivation. But are you also dealing with cognitive dissonance?
Cognitive dissonance is a condition that happens for a myriad of reasons. Many times in modern America, men and women often do one of the following. They deny the evidence. They become enraged when you present them with the evidence. They argue to ad hominem attacks, meaning they attack the messenger instead of the message. And they will fight you or flee because they cannot hear what you are saying. A condition such as this, tied into cognitive dissonance, often happens to those that have or lack self-awareness. They stay in a perpetual cycle of arrested development, exhibited by this.
All right, guys, 919-885-4181. Let's have a live conversation, guys. Are you dealing with affection deprivation? All right, we got one, guys. We got one calling in right now. Hold tight.
Call from Henri Burford. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right, guys, we got a live call in. I got my man John B calling in. What's up, brother? Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you perfect. Guys, can y'all hear my man? Can y'all hear my man John B? Can y'all hear him? If y'all can hear him, hit 1. If y'all can hear him, hit 1. But guys, this is a young brother that I interviewed at the airport in Puerto Plata. So I'm sure you listen to the show in the background, John. Talk about the struggles that you had when you were while you were in New York, and what was so empowering about traveling to New York, to Dominican Republic. Right.
In the Caribbean, Dominican Republic, especially, it's the vibe, the whole female vibe is just different, They're more about you, and, they give you a genuine sense of care, and it's not about, just what you can do for them and the whole thing like that,
Right. Femininity, why is that so important to you, man? Why is that so important?
And you know what I mean? Like, you want your woman to be a woman and be feminine, and you want to be a man, but I feel like out here it's like they want to do both. Be the man and the woman and tell you what they want all the time and what the expectations and stuff like that. And it's not reciprocated, Hello?
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, man. The stresses that men got to go through and deal with in the relationships. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
When you think about knowing what your worth is, after going to the Dominican Republic, how did that make you reassess what your worth is?
It just gave me a sense of being like, okay, I'm back to myself. I'm a man, I should have someone that's comparable to me and not just the other way around, With those.
One of the things we talked about, John, was this. We talked about this, brother. You and I talked about dating single women or women with children. What's been your experience with dating women with children, and mostly the negatives from your experience?
It's just a lot is expected. You know what I mean? It's not taken into consideration like, okay, me, I don't have any kids, single guy. I'm willing to deal with someone with kids. That should be taken into consideration. But with women,
Fade it off, brother. You there?
So yeah, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, sir. Yes.
So yeah, so I was saying as far as women with kids out here, it's always like.
Again, I think you faded off. Are you there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here. Hello?
Yeah, I think you faded off. Go ahead, man. Yeah, your voice going in and out. You fell off. He fell off. Yeah, he fell off. But that was a young man, guys, that I met from New York when I was in DR, guys. And his struggles are similar. His struggles are similar, just like you all struggles, guys. when it comes down to dealing with modern women. But I'm a firm believer that you don't have to settle for anything. You don't have to settle for mediocrity. If you've done the work, hold tight. Hold tight, guys.
Call from Henri Burford. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right, yeah, he keep falling off. Must be in a bad area. But guys, once again, putting these shows together, guys, take a lot of time and work. I wanted to bring a testimony, guys, to you guys. Maybe he'll call back again. But these streams take a lot of work, guys, a lot of craft. And I just want you guys to understand and know and hear that that you have work, that you have power, you have dignity as a man. You don't have to settle for mediocrity, guys. And you don't have to more or less deal with women that don't respect you as a man. Once you know what your worth is, you will never settle again for mediocrity. The key is, do you know what your worth is? Do you know how much power that you have as a man? Do you know what your worth is? And are you willing to settle for mediocrity, guys? To the ones that are watching, to the 19, if you want to call in, you can call in at 919-885-4181, or you can hit the link. I'm about to drop the link. And we can have a conversation for a few minutes, and then I'm going to end the stream because I got things to do. And guys, if you want to donate to the channel, hit the Cash App. But here's a live call in, guys. Once again, are you tired of dealing with women that don't smile? Or are you willing and ready to deal with women that say, hola, papi? Kind, feminine women that show you love and respect. And women that have a high modicum of respect. And women that have a high level of femininity. Which one are you waiting for? Once again, guys, 919-885-4181. Live call-in, guys, from the Tar Heel State. What's been your experience with travel abroad and dealing with Latin women in general? And what are the parallels, guys, to dealing with Latin women over women from other areas? Shout out to my man, Byron Hammer, for showing love as he is the #1 sponsor. Shout out to Byron Hammer for showing love, the #1 sponsor of the stream, for the $4.99 super sticker. I appreciate it, dear sir. Thank you, Byron Hammer TV. I appreciate it, brother. But once again, guys, 919-885-4181, guys, 4181. You can call in live now. Hold tight. Someone's calling in. Hold tight.
Call from
Mario.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right, we got a live calling. How you doing, sir? Where you calling from?
Hello?
Where you calling from? Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hello?
I'm here. Can you hear me? Yes or no? Yeah, I don't know. Kept saying hello, guys. But anyway. But shout out to my man, Byron Hammer, for the 5, guys. We're going to stream in a minute. But once again, guys, call in if you want to respond to the show about the dualistic nature of dealing with women from foreign countries versus America, and what it's meant to your wellness and your self-esteem. Feel free to call in live, guys, because we're about to end this stream in a minute. But until we end it, I would love to hear from some of you dear brothers. Looks like some are popping off, sadly. But that's okay. All right, so it doesn't appear that anyone have anything to say, and that's okay. I really appreciate it to the 25 that were watching earlier on. My man called in earlier as well, but there was some technical issues, guys. But anyway, guys, we're about to sign off. And once again, guys, understand that you don't have to settle. Thank you to the 25 that was watching earlier. Shout out to Borrow Hammer for the $5 pound. He's the #1 sponsor. Thank you, dear sir. And guys, before I end this stream, I go once, I go again. Anyone else want to call in and talk about some of the things they've dealt with or some of the struggles they've had with dating?
Loser ass nigga.
Your video with comments about a
He's a
certain
loser.
other female.
Just to let you niggas know, we don't need y'all. We want y'all, but we don't need you.
20 years later.
Our black men, we want all y'all back. Because we love you, we see you, kings. And most importantly, we need you. And most importantly, we need you.
And most importantly, we need you.
You can't.
If you a that's for the streets.
You can't delete the ski. You can't delete the ski.
I know a who used to suck dick every mother night.
You can't
delete your.
All right, guys. It appears no one else is calling in, and that's fine. Thank you to the 25 that tuned in on tonight. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. You could have been doing anything, but you chose to come in and watch the Kosher Clinician, and I appreciate that, guys. We're about to sign off. Once again, if you need help with your mental health, come see me. Enjoy the show, guys. Share the stream, and guys, we are about to sign off, guys. Once again, thank you to the 25 that watched. And guys, we're signing off. Thank you.
When my friends go, it was simple. When the ends low, switch the tempo. I got right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight. I go down, then I strike. I go hard day and night, yeah. I go hard day and night. 1 to 1, no surprise. See the hate in their eyes. My brother's blood money bleed. I got the game in the squeeze. What would you do for some green? What would you do for some blues? Go pick and choose the family the cheese. Some people not built like that. Some people get killed like that. Pressure like water, lights, mortgage. I've been at bills like that. Now I got kids like that. No wonder why I feel like that. Some people go to war for nothing. Me, I go to war for something.
Before there was the manosphere, I was. Before there was the internet, I was.
When the ends low, switch the tempo. I got right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight. I go down, bet I strike. I go hard day and night. Money on the line, keep calling. Money on the books, need all that. My kids, they'll be ballin'. Got a real bankroll, not for Instagram. My mama on the line, keep calling. Praying for me, know I need all that. Told me it's not about ballin'. Real blessed, but I'm still sinning, man. What would you do for a win? What would you do for your friends? What if this life is a foe? What if the dogs pretend? What if you rode to the end? What if you started again?
Fire!
The Kosher Clinician.
All right, guys, once again, 7:00 p.m. in the Tar Heel State, guys. We're about to end the streaming. Once again, guys, thank you for tuning in on tonight. We're ending this stream, guys, with a little bit of power and melody. Ola Poppy is the war cry, guys. That's the war cry, Ola Poppy. That's the war cry. You should be always expanding your mind as it relates to relationships, setting standards and boundaries, and not settling, guys. 1 minute after the hour, 7 o'clock, guys. Bring it to you live from the Tar Heel State. We're about to end this stream once again. Thank you guys for tuning in. Ola Pop is the war cry. Are you ready to be liberated? Are you ready for feminine women? Are you ready for a woman that can respect you and honor you? Are you ready to do the work as it relates to your mental health? And are you ready to live your life on your own terms? What say you? Be well.